We have had a doozy of a day.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Johnny! Welcome to the Horror Basement, coming to you from our homes. I'm one of the hosts, Johnny. We got Jim Jam, Yeti, and Angela here with us.
Jim Jam here.
Hey.
Hello.
And we are serving up horror all over the land like biscuits and gravy, baby. Just want to go ahead and point it out. We're doing video podcasts. You can go check it out on YouTube. And go follow our page. Jim Jam has some new fancy software, or fancy to us at least. So It should look pretty cool. And we're trying to update stuff, or he is. So it's going to be pretty cool. You know, we're moving forward with technology. It only took almost 5 years.
Yeah. Moving on up in the world.
And also we have merch at TeePublic. You can go check it out. We've got a bunch of stuff. Every design that we have on there, you can get put on multiple things. Stickers, mugs, tote bags, banners like behind Yeti and Jim Jam right now. Yeah. The shirt. And
hold on, Johnny. I got it full screen so they can't see what you're doing.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I'll take it down. There you go. You're back.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't see what he's doing. So, like I say, this is going to get used to. But once we get moved to the new studio, then I'll be able to see what he does. What else was there? This movie. There was something else. Oh yeah, you can donate to our Patreon and all that stuff if you want to.
Blow that shit up.
There's something else I thought of, but I can't remember. But the movie of the week this week is going to be Baskin. It's on Hulu. Make sure you go watch it because there will be spoilers, as always, in everything that we do. We spoil. I mean, how are you going to talk about the movie without spoiling it?
What you're seeing right now, that's Baskin, Kevin James, and that girl. But yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a. We'll get into that when we get to the movie of the week. We're going to talk a little bit of news today, but first, let's do some Quarentalk, I guess.
Yeah.
Our weekly thing. People really aren't quarantined anymore in most states, or in a lot of states. I shouldn't say most. I don't know how many are not and are. But they have lifted restrictions. Like in Tennessee, half the restaurants can have like 50%. What are they called? Customer
capacity.
Yeah, 50% capacity. So, which I haven't been out to eat in a restaurant to sit down yet. So, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all have.
We'll give it a while.
No. This Friday, though, they're opening up where it's full capacity.
Hey.
Yeah, that'll be a no from me, dog.
Well, that'll be like the one video I sent in the group chat of blow-up dolls and chairs, so it's still going to be half capacity.
I saw an article about that where it was another place where they said to make the social distancing seating less awkward, they were going to put mannequins at tables, that had to stay empty. And I don't know about y'all, but I would rather eat in a restaurant with a bunch of empty tables than eat in a restaurant with tables full of fucking mannequins.
I don't know. I think that's kind of cool and trippy.
Yeah, the tricky part. Where does your head automatically go, though? Somebody's about to murder you. They're going.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. I'm sure of it.
That looks like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that movie. Like if you're expecting it, it's fun. Like, oh man, let's go. There's a bunch of mannequins at this restaurant. It's all fucking weird. But if you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go to TGI Fridays and grab lunch, and you go in and there's fucking mannequins everywhere. I don't know.
Well, if you're eating at TGI Fridays, I mean, No,
That was just that was just what came
I'm
up.
fucking with you, dude. Don't bother me if people eat at TGI Fridays. I don't care.
That was the fanciest restaurant I could think of off the top of my head.
The fanciest. Jeez.
Golden Corral is the height of sophistication here, man.
Do you think they'll be able to open back up? I guess they'll just have to serve everyone.
That
You know,
defeats the entire purpose of going to Golden Corral.
that'll be the only way, though. It's like, it'll be shameful, though, because I've only been once, but, you know, you go up there and you're like, yeah, give me some chips and some little bit of some nacho cheese, a little bit more, some more, you know. You over there, you know, having to be like, more. I don't want them to see what I'm eating up there or how much I'm eating. I think Eddie's froze.
Great.
Or we lost him. We lost him. But, so, Angela, how's everything going for you up there in Chicago?
It's funny because I'm so bad. I don't even look at the news, so I don't even know what restrictions have been lifted, if any. I know that masks have become mandatory when you go into like stores and Walgreens and so forth. They've been counting, so we went to Target and Home Depot, and you have to stand outside in a line, and they only allow so many people in the store at a time. So that's been going on. A lot more people outside. I think people are getting more relaxed. Some are still wearing masks, some aren't when they're outside, but I notice a lot of the families are intermingling and neighbors are intermingling now. So kind of disregarding the rules a bit. So
Yeah, I seen that
yesterday.
I was going to say, I seen a news article for Chicago where a guy went into a restaurant, a fried chicken restaurant, a Grubhub driver. He didn't have his mask on, and they told him, you need to wait outside. Only let one person in at a time. And he got pissed off, and he kicked the door on his way out. And he was like, just causing a problem. He ran over the girl.
Whoa.
They called the police, and the woman's daughter was standing in front of his car, which I don't know why anybody stands in front of a car. Yeah. I mean, granted, you shouldn't run them over, but he ran her over.
Sounds like the West or South Side.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, I was like, damn, that's.
Yeah.
But he had to make that delivery, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
They got to do timely.
Hey,
he should in front of a fucking car.
He should knight her ass.
Yeah.
But some place like Chipotle opened up, but you know it's six feet away and so forth, and then even you have to be a certain distance away from the counter. They're still doing a lot of deliveries, but like I said, some places have opened up. So
I just wonder if it'll change the way restaurants run, because they'll notice, like, well, do we really need a dining area? Because, you know, people will go through a drive-through, you know, and instead of having such a, you know, the new places, maybe they won't have as big of a dining room area, and they'll shrink it down.
You know, I still have mixed feelings. I'm still kind of confused by all of this. I obey the rules. I wear a mask, and so forth, out of respect to other people. Especially mainly older people, and I definitely move away for older people. But it's kind of hard because I understand that it can be dangerous, but at the same time, I kind of don't understand why it's so dangerous. And I understand because there's no shots, you know, there's no preventative measure for it, but there's so many other things that people can die from and that they do die from that I don't fully understand, besides no antibiotic so-called or virus shot for it. Besides that, why is this causing such an upheaval? And I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate. I'm not like I said.
Right.
Well, you know why? It's because of the fear mongering that the media has pushed through. That's all you've seen and heard about. And then you have all these doctors saying, well, 2 million people are going to die in the United States.
But
So we better shut down.
It's like a conflict even amongst doctors and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, is there an agenda behind it? And I've had close people. There's people I know that have died. We've had some police officers that have died. Like I said, nothing like Chicago, but even my best friend, her father-in-law passed away from it because it just infested the like retirement home or the old
nursing homes, the old folks
nursing
homes,
home,
whatever you want to call them.
But in my deepest sympathies to that, but it's also that's the population that you're going to kind of expect it because you're already so weak to begin with, your immune system and stuff.
Yeah.
What about this and the theory of there's every century there's like around every 100 years there's a virus that comes out and it kills a whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Is it necessary? You know what I'm saying? Like to thin the population a little bit at one time really quickly? You have that thought of it. I don't know. I mean,
what it is every 100 years, you see, is the universe runs on you ask for this.
Oh yeah.
It fucking okay. In order to continue running the simulation and to test where humans are on a social and fucking interpersonal level, the reptilian overlords that run the computer that fucking simulate our universe, they have to fucking spread a pandemic, and it does test the population, it thins the population, which like clearing the cache on your phone or clearing the RAM in your computer. You know what I'm saying? It kind of frees up some resources. And it also, from all the suffering and the fear and the death, there's a fucking big release of orgone energy, which goes to power the galactic machine that keeps us all alive. That's why every 100 years we have a pandemic. It's scheduled maintenance.
I think compared to what I hear in the media, I think I'm going to have to go with Yeti's. I think Yeti's explanation.
Yeah.
I think he's on
It makes
something.
sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
No.
I'm glad somebody here's
That makes
rational.
sense. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the reptilian overlord sex population, so it might be a thing.
You never know. I don't think that there was a agenda behind this whole thing, like, honestly, but I do believe. I mean,
It was
other
free up
than
the streets of Hong Kong. Come on, we know why
yeah.
China released it.
Well, we all know that when there is a so-called cure for it or a shot for it, that it all goes back to pharmaceuticals, insurances, people making money.
Yeah. It's like there wasn't an agenda in the beginning, but
there's one
those
now.
people won't let this. It's going to be like 9/11 and fucking Pearl Harbor and everything else. Like the big systems, the pharmaceutical system, the insurance cartels, and the fucking the government. They're not going to let this go to waste. Mm-mm. They're going to leverage it to whatever fucking end they can. So,
all right. So this went from Quarentalk to conspiracy talk.
That's truth.
It's so easy for us to go into conspiracy theories. Everybody loves it. I think.
Do we want another rant from Quarentalk from Yeti?
I don't plan these things.
Well, I could just say something and you get go on a rant, but go ahead, Johnny.
Well, I was just going to say everyone is doing well. We're in the same situation we have been. We haven't been back to work yet. We're supposed to go back today, which is Monday the 18th. Monday the 18th. It's going to be down for the second week of June now is what we're hearing. So we've been off work like 2 months.
It's been great.
I mean, I'm not going to complain because that $600 stimulus is. I mean, I'm not going to bitch about it.
Yeah.
I should have worked out these past 2 months though, because I would have lost a lot of weight.
Do you think about that every day too and not get to it?
Yeah.
Because every day, I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get up. I got a stack of weights in the corner, so I'm gonna hit these fucking weights. I'm gonna go on a fucking all protein thing for like a week, cut some of this shit down, and then like I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna be a fat piece of shit today.
I listened to Coast to Coast AM, a little snippet they had talking to a guy that how do you call it? I don't know if you call it the occult or witchcraft but he breaks curses on people. He's I don't know. Somehow he found out, yeah, I seen your cat walking by, and somehow he found out, he was one of them people that are easily feel things and whatever. Empath when he was young, but he was saying that some people curse themselves, like the whole weight loss thing. Like you plan on getting up to do it, but then you don't, and somehow it's like a slight curse on yourself that you're doing to yourself. I didn't quite understand it because I don't know much about that stuff.
It makes sense to me, because I've actually been like doing like occult reading here lately. But okay, so curses and magic and stuff, and the whole thing is intent, right?
Yeah.
So with magic, the when you strip away everything and you just bare bones it, what it is it's a change from within to echo out into the universe to make changes in accordance with the magician's will. And in order to be able to do these kind of things, there has to be like an honor there, you know what I'm saying? Where you have to, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because if my word doesn't mean a goddamn thing to me, it can't mean anything to the universe at large. So my will doesn't matter if there's no action behind it. So it makes sense that you've built this thing in your mind, this is the change you're going to make, and then you don't follow through with it, so then it kind of snaps back on you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Some deep shit, Yeti.
Hey, man.
I'm just like, I don't want to talk about the occult.
I've got 5 pages of handwritten notes on a single chapter of this book coming soon. It's going to be great.
All right, let's move forward and get out of the Quarentalk, the conspiracy talk, and the witchcraft occult talk that we just did.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some news. So the first thing. Oh, and let me put this out here. We tried to do this yesterday, so this is take 2. Take 2. But Jim Jones' power went out because we had thunderstorms rolling through. So, and we was like halfway through it.
Yeah.
And it just like, so, which it might be a blessing in disguise. My phone works today.
Yeah.
My spare phone for news. But Kevin James is going to be in a horror film. The guy from King of Queens. He's
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yeah, he's a cop at malls.
The cop at malls.
Yeah, he's a cop at malls.
Yeah.
I know you. That's what you want. You want me to say mall cop, but I didn't want to say it like that. Just to be an asshole. Oh, and you know how they got him listed in here? King of Queen actor / comedian Kevin James. There's nothing about fucking Paul Blart. Just so we're clear. But
that show ran for so long too.
Yeah, that's why. But anyways, it's not about that. He's going to be playing a neo-Nazi in a horror film where it's a home invasion film where an interracial couple are together, and I don't know how he knows the interracial couple. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a backstory to that we don't know.
He stumbles upon them.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's in the preview.
Okay, I didn't know if he stumbled. I just know that he went into the house with intent. You know what I'm saying? There's a trailer out, and what was I thinking? It comes out June the 5th on VOD. As I've said before, there's a PVOD, which is premium video on demand, but this one's just VOD, so it shouldn't be $20.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people would pay $20 to see this movie, because they didn't even have a poster made up for the movie that we could find. So they obviously must not have was expecting it to go to theaters. Even though I would have liked to see it in a theater.
Because even I follow Joe McHale, and he's in it on Instagram, and I haven't even seen anything from him talking about it or anything.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be a ton of fun.
Check it out. Because I just want to see Kevin James in a horror film and see him play his first serious role as an actor. So,
yeah, I'm definitely curious to check it out.
Yeah, I'm super curious.
He's got a big swastika on the back of his head. You know, he pulls the part off. He's got a shaved head. He's a big dude. He's lost some weight too.
Yeah, did you know that like Kevin James is legit like a martial artist? Really? I don't remember which discipline it is, but yeah, he's a fighter. Dude's fucking is apparently like Rogan was talking about him when I used to listen to Rogan all the time. He talked about hanging out with Kevin James. And he was like, that dude's a bad motherfucker. And he was like, y'all think he's just a marshmallow, but that dude's fucking tough.
I thought you were going to say he was a legit neo-Nazi, but
that would be funny. That would be fucking funny.
His career's ruined.
He used to play a particular type of movie. That's it.
But yeah, in the trailer, you seen where the girl, she's like 13 years old in the movie, or supposed to be, and she played in Annabelle, one of the Annabelles. Her name's Lulu something. I don't know why I'm saying something when I have it right here. Lulu Wilson, Annabelle creation. She becomes, I don't know, you watch the trailer, and one part of it, he's like, I don't want to hurt you, or not Kevin James, but some other guy. And she's like, oh, but I want to hurt you. And then she takes a flame, like some whatever aerosol can and torch or some shit. So she ends up becoming like a crazy kid with like what y'all said, Home Alone traps and shit.
Yeah, like Home Alone meets The Good Son.
Yeah. So it's pretty
I think it's going to be a cool movie. Like, I usually avoid anything with Kevin James in it. Like, Kevin James, Will Ferrell, fucking Adam Sandler. 9 times out of 10, I'll just nope. But this looks really cool. Kind of like when you put Adam Sandler in a serious role, like fucking Punch Drunk Love, or apparently Hidden Gems is really good. He fucking has some real chops. I haven't either yet, but I've heard nothing but like really good things about it.
I saw it. I felt like I was watching Adam Sandler.
Oh man!
Oh really?
I don't know.
Was he trying to be funny in it?
No, but he's still kind of Adam Sandler in that particular role.
Yeah. Oh, there's another cat visit.
Killy.
Yeah, he's been trying to jump on the cat. No. Go sit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll listen. Yeah, my cat Tucker, he was up for quite a bit this morning, and I had the windows open. And when I open the windows up, he stays up a little bit longer than usual. But I fed him at 12 for the third time, because he always when I get up to go to the kitchen. So I give him a little bit of food at a time, because he's always wanting to eat, because I feed him the 1 can of cat food a day, and he has a little bit of dry food. But he's passed out now. He's done. He stayed up way too long. He was up for hours at a time. So, yeah, he's done. In his little clamshell bed.
Yeah.
But I can't cover him. I can't cover him with it. He does not like that. He's no go on that. Anyways, that was my cat talk. Which, if you're wondering what kind of cat Tucker is, he's a rare tuxedo couch panther. Yes, he's a miniature tuxedo couch panther. It's a rare breed. I'm sure some people have them though. Looks like Yeti has a wild gray couch panther, silver.
Yeah. It's a panther cub.
Yeah, I have 4. So my black one's down there. And then the other 3 are on the bed. The paralyzed cat's on the bed. He's awesome. So
He's so
I know we
cute.
talked about him before.
Yeah. Oh, Lucas Two Legs on Instagram. You should go follow him. You should
Yeah.
go follow all of us on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Lady LeVay, the movie Raccoon, Jim Jam here, Johnny Leroy. So let's move into some more news. It has been confirmed that what is it? What's her name? Scream. Is it
Neve Campbell.
Yeah, Neve Campbell and David Arquette. Now, it come up today that he has officially confirmed to star in new Scream movie from Ready or Not directors. So maybe it's actually going to happen. I don't know what they're going to do.
They're getting the band back together.
Yep.
I'm interested to see where they go.
Yeah, Ready or Not was fun. So are they going to write the script or work on the script too? Or is somebody else writing the script?
It's an original co-written by James Vanderbilt from Murder Mystery, Zodiac, The Amazing Spider-Man, and Guy Busick. Because it says plot details are under wraps, but the film will be an original story. Co-written by them two. Ready or Not, Guy Busick. I think Busick did Ready or Not and Castle Rock. With Project X Entertainment's Vanderbilt Paul Neinstein and William Chirac producing for Spyglass.
Neat.
So it's in the works. I mean, I guess it's moving forward, you know.
I feel like Spyglass has put out some pretty good shit recently.
When do you think Blumhouse is going to try to jump on it? I'm just fucking with you. I'm just joking.
PG-13 fucking Scream?
There's no way. Come on. No way. But it's obviously moving forward. I don't know where you could go with the film. Like we had said before, I've only seen the first one, and I mean it's a good movie. You know, I may have seen the second one and all the other ones, but I don't remember them. You know what I'm saying? So,
I feel like it'd be maybe like I don't know. Like, really all you got to do is bring Ghostface back to kill some people.
but
That's all you got to do.
how are you going to work it?
But they,
Like, what happened in the second and third one? Who was Ghostface?
I mean, they always had different twists. So one was like, I think, was it the second one or brother or something? It's always somehow somebody coming up from somewhere related to the story, but I don't know. They're not bad. I mean, the first one was great, and the fourth one, I think it was good too. It'd be neat if they could really come up with something unique for it, though, you know, and not follow
what if they
any
did
of the
it
others.
20 well, I guess 20-something years later, and it's like the grandson of, or the grand, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Or Sydney's the killer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. I'd be down with that.
Dewey's the killer.
she's finally tired.
Yeah, just
But-
snaps.
We'll see. I mean, as the year goes on, more stuff will come out. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I liked Ready or Not, so.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks really good. I liked Friends. David Arquette's in that, isn't he?
Are you talking about the TV show?
Yeah.
No,
No? He's not in
his
Courtney
one-time
Cox
wife. Yeah, Courtney
Yeah.
Cox.
Did he ever do a guest appearance though
I
on it?
imagine, probably.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
sure.
It's been so long.
How many episodes are there of Friends? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm only like
That
probably
wasn't
from the
my
first
show.
season.
Friends was not my jam. So
No?
no, I mean I've watched Friends, but that's not something that when it comes on, I'm just like, oh, I gotta watch Friends. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I never really got into it before, but we started watching it a few nights ago, and it was like, it's
I
pretty
mean, it's not a
good.
bad show. Yeah, it's a good
As
show.
far as sitcoms go, it's pretty fucking good. I'm usually not a sitcom guy, you know?
Because when I was in the early 2000s and we had an antenna on Fox from like 6 to 7, they always showed Seinfeld. So I've seen every fucking Seinfeld. And then they started showing 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck this. Damn, why'd y'all ruin it? Yeah, I didn't care for 2.5 Men. I mean, it was a funny show, but it wasn't for it to be so popular. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like Big Bang Theory. It's like, I don't get why it's so goddamn popular.
No.
That show was funny, but it got old after a while.
I think it says a lot about society.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was something new because you had a little bit of nerdy people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was
Nerd exploitation.
Yeah, I mean that part might be cool, but it was horrible. It's all bad. I'm not really a sitcom person.
Yeah, that's me.
I haven't watched a sitcom in a really long time.
The only sitcoms, so to speak, that I ever got into that I absolutely loved was The Office, Parks and Rec, Community, and 30 Rock.
Is the first 48 considered a sitcom?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding.
You just watch the ID channel all day?
Man, I when we first shut down first half and I started watching Pluto. Was it Pluto? And they show the old crime. What is it? Oh fuck! Cold Case Files and the new detectives or whatever. Fucking...
Oh, you get sucked in. I know.
Oh yeah.
No, but the problem is I've watched so many of them that they keep fucking repeating them now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've watched way too much of this shit. So now I've downloaded Assassin's Creed Odyssey because they had it on sale for like $25 from $100, which I imagine it don't cost $100 for the gold edition because it's almost 2 years old. But so now I'm addicted to that game.
Nice.
I haven't played a game the whole time we've been off, or I haven't played a game in a really long time. So
I've been doing puzzles.
well, if I have somewhere to do puzzles, but I don't limit my cat where he can go really because he gets mad, and I don't have a really big place. I live in a duplex. So I mean, you know, he don't have a lot of room to run. So if I shut doors, he really don't have a lot of room to run.
Yeah.
And he can't.
Messed Up Puzzles has some really good horror puzzles. So I bought them about a year ago, and now I finally able to sit down and stuff so I can frame them.
Yeah, I've been playing brain puzzles. Like there's like a fucking app on my phone where you do like, you know, the little connect the tubes so a ball goes down and gets into all that shit. You know, because I do like to try to keep busy, but without just watching fucking TV.
Yeah.
And reading a lot of books. Finally.
I wish I could read. I mean, I can read, but I wish my mind wonder. Let's keep that straight. Let's fucking get that straight right here. I can read, but when I try to read, when I try to read though, like I have to read a book 2 or 3 times because I'll read a page and then my mind just goes. I start and I'm like, what the fuck did I just read? Like, I don't remember anything I read.
Yeah, I do that too.
I don't know. It might be a touch of ADD or something. I don't know what they call that. So
that's why I like audiobooks.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I need to do is start working out and just listen to audiobooks.
Shit, yeah.
But let's go ahead and do it, Jimmy.
Oh, I would say I would never would have read or listened to or read it if I hadn't had audiobook.
Oh, yeah,
I ain't reading that much.
Y'all need to get the Dark Tower series.
For the movie of the week. Tonight on the movie of the week.
Movie of the week. So
that's the poster.
take it away, Angela.
All right. So I chose this movie because you guys all had Hulu, and I thought it was really cool when I first saw it a few years back. It came out in 2015. It's a Turkish horror movie, and it hit a lot of the film festivals, and it won Best Director at Fantastic Fest. It had a budget of $300,000, and the director is Can Evernall. And he also, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he has his latest movie is Housewife. It's on Shudder right now. So if you kind of dig his feel and stuff, that's another one that's out there. So
Sweet.
and it is in English. He made the decision to do it in English, I believe. So anyways, I guess the best way to describe this movie is it's a story of 5 Turkish police officers that are possibly in purgatory when they're called to a crime scene at an abandoned police station known for rumors to have occult activity. They descend into a hellish nightmare involving blood-soaked orgies, dismemberment, mutilation, cannibalism, and satanic imagery. I know the director talked about he's really into like mash of movies. So he said that he really wanted to be able to take this independent movie and turn it into a Twilight Zone at the end. He just wanted tons of gore, and there is a lot of symbolism in here and everything, but he doesn't really talk about it. So what makes it interesting is Turkey is mainly Muslim Islamic, so there could be some symbolism that maybe doesn't translate quite the same for us. I know with like there's tons of frogs throughout the movie, and they're leading them closer. So the frogs are leading them closer to hell, so to speak.
Yeah.
The police station, which is that representation, and you even have a very cool character called the Father that gets introduced, and the director said that he is the leader of fallen angels and is in the nightmare of one of our lead characters, Arda. The Father sees them and his so-called minions, we'll just say that, as fallen outcasts. And these are people, including the 5 police officers, that are in search of happiness elsewhere. They see with their eyes, so they want things like power and so forth, and they're never content. So his goal is to see with your mind, not your eyes. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I looked up some interviews, and then Yeti also provided an interview where the director was on, and he was talking about how strict Turkey was and how conservative it was, and even up until the 80s, there was a law that you portray police officers in a negative light. So he was expecting some backlash for this movie, but he didn't get any, and he felt that that one of the main reasons was because it was seen out of the country, and that's looked at as being very prestigious. So, and he was also really happy because I guess seeing movies isn't as common over there, like going to the movie theater. So his film was not censored, and it was kept. It wasn't edited or anything.
Wow.
So he was pretty, happy about that everything he wrote and put into the movie was kept in. it is, like I said, this movie was made for $300,000, and his family pretty much put up the money for it, and it was kept as a really independent film, and it played in 45 theaters over there. So he felt that even for being so conservative, for it to make that many theaters was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Over there.
Because I wondered about that. The whole, with it being a Turkish film and the content that was in the film, I was like, do they allow, because with the Muslim, because all we see is what the media tells us. And, we live in the United States. I don't know what any country is out there. I mean, you can read about some stuff, but you don't really know what their viewpoint is. So, but, the gruesomeness and the nudity that was in the film, I was just like,
well, he was saying in the interview that Yeti provided that in TV, like even cigarette smoking, sex, it all gets blurred out on TV and stuff.
Okay.
So, I know there was, from the conservatives and some kind of religious backing, there was like a small percentage of people who didn't like it. As far as the cops go, his intention wasn't to make them look good or bad. He did say that, like, in Western culture, we view them more of like assholes because they seem like bullies and kind of disgusting. You know what I mean? They're telling prudish, or just their story about, screwing animals, and then the not transvestite, but the prostitute that was really a guy, and more crass. But he said that over in Turkey, when it was viewed, they laughed. They thought it was really funny. He said that
was a funny part, though.
Yeah, I laughed like super hard.
He said that, the Turkish culture sees it more as buffoonery, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that the cops, like I said, weren't supposed to be portrayed as bad, but he sees. So for the longest time, Turkish cops can basically get by. They can do whatever they want over there. And so he said that in the movie, they were supposed to be portrayed more as loose cannons and low education. So, which is how he said a lot of them over there are. Not all, but he said that a lot of them are. So.
I thought they were like gangsters in the beginning of the movie because I didn't see I saw that the one was wearing like a fucking leather vest.
Yeah.
And, I didn't see their badge or anything, so I just thought it was like they were bikers or something, or like some like Guy Ritchie style gangsters.
The policeman outside.
Yeah, they work in units, so I don't know if they're kind of like, even though they're police, I don't know how it works over there, but maybe it's like a team. As opposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they seem like there was definitely a hierarchy there, and I don't know.
But like here, you have your sergeant, and then you have your team of 10 for a tactical team. So maybe like over there, it's kind of a similar concept, and they have the boss, and then they have the team, and that's their unit, and they do whatever. So.
But yeah, so the film opens up, though. They're at a diner-ish. We would consider it kind of like a roadside diner in the United States. It's like a little out of nowhere.
It starts with the nightmare. I said it starts with the nightmare first of Arda.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it does start there. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to that where they're at the restaurant that's in the middle of fucking nowhere. And like I said, they're telling jokes and all that shit. But it was just dark. The whole movie, apparently, the movie was shot in 28 nights. That was part of the IMDb trivia.
He said 26 nights, and it was really cold in December.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In December, too. Woo.
Yeah.
Did y'all see what they said his inspiration was or something?
He had a lot.
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, Apocalypse Now, The Descent. Was that and that helped him to develop the father. Sorry,
the father is such a cool character. Like, yeah, they the actor who plays him was really fucking, to me, he's fascinating. Because like I was like, I'm watching because I went in completely blind. I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't read the synopsis. I just went in, and I was like, damn, that makeup is like really good. It's because it's his face. It's just his face.
Yeah.
But he apparently he went to the mayor of his little town and he was like, look, because like you see him without a shirt on in the movie and always jacked.
Yeah.
He's built like Bruce Lee, and so he goes. He's like, look, my back is strong, my mind's strong, my arms work, but nobody will give me a fucking job, man. And so the mayor was like, well, I'll take you to the media. And they started calling him Little Spaceman. So they got him a job at this like car park place, and he fucking, he has a good job, and he's got a wife and everything. And then finally he's like, let's get you into acting. And he never got a hit since like this is like years, like 10, 15 years, and nobody ever came to him. And this director found him through a casting agency. It was like, yes, this man.
Yeah, I forgot what disease he has. He has some rare disease.
I tried to find it because I was like, what the fuck is this? The director
There's one
says
that causes your muscles to develop, right? Like where you got overdeveloped muscles all the time. Like
He's just so cool looking.
yeah,
He's
awesome.
He's perfect for the character. I was like, where the hell did they find this guy? I wonder how many movies he's been in, and this was his first movie.
Yeah, it was his first.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
he played that part too just to perfection. It was goddamn, it was the whole movie. Like, I've never been creeped out by frogs before. Like, as far as frogs go, I'm very much like the Mitch Hedberg school of thought. Like, oh look, there's a frog. Maybe he will settle near me, and I can put him in a mayonnaise jar with a twig and a leaf to recreate what he's used to. But those frogs fucking creep me fuck out. Like, just the way they're shot, and that's another thing. Like the camera angles, the shots in this movie are so good.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The score is great. It's. I guess it's really. It feels like purgatory and hell, and there's like this time loop. Everything like all entwined in it with symbolism and everything, all up for interpretation. It's just. I know there's been complaints. Oh, this movie doesn't have a plot. It's not well developed. Blah blah blah. I disagree. I was captivated from start to finish, even when I first saw it, and the second time I loved it just as much.
Oh yeah, like this for after probably the first, I want to say like half hour, like it's when they finally get to the abandoned police station and they get in there and shit starts really happening. Slack-jawed for the rest of the movie, just like, whoa.
Yeah. I loved it. It was really cool, the repetition, and then there was less police officers, and then just the relationship between the boss and Arda, and then telling the story, and you see the story, and it takes a while for that to kind of unfold, from when he was a kid and his best friend, and then reliving the nightmare throughout again, and it was just really cool. And how it all takes place. I know some people are like, oh, that's cheap because it only has like 3 settings in the movie. That's okay. It works. I think it works really well, And I love the van scene when they're all singing. I know just as a unit, you, especially if you're on some long tour, or it's a long night, you do, as an officer, have these bonding moments, and whatnot. And I really love that scene where they're singing the song and they're dancing, And I have friends, Muslim friends, and we always have fun with them and at work, and they'll dance like that too, and it's great. I don't know, it just made me happy because it made me think of them, and it was just a cool moment in the movie as well.
Yeah, I think it was really important. That scene in particular is really important. For one, the song was kind of cool. It was catchy.
It was.
It was his new song.
And it was in public domain. That's why they used it.
Well, we did. Yeah. But it also showed that, yeah, they work together and whatever, and they kind of bristle back and forth. But these guys are buds. You know what I'm saying? They know each other real well. They have this cohesion to them. And it really kind of, where you don't get a lot of character development, you get that moment, and it really fleshes them out somehow.
Well,
it was really well done.
I think a couple things. It shows the Turkish culture in the sense that you know each other outside of work, and you probably got on because you know each other. You probably got the job because you know each other. So, it does give you kind of a glimpse into the culture without maybe being overt about it. But
right.
I think the characters were well developed enough. I mean,
it's all you needed.
Yeah, it is, because you really get a feel for each one, and like even Arda, like, I was like, why is he here? I could see why everybody else was there, but that was really fascinating, and just kind of his whole character, and I think that just, like I said, between the symbolism, the key, the lock, and him maybe breaking the loop, and the ending, it's just like, and a lot of people bitch about the ending too. Oh, it's one of these again, a time loop thing and stuff. But I don't know. I thought it was cool.
I did too. I really liked the way it ended.
Well, that was my only. I think that would have been my only complaint, was like, he got to the end and he's going through the woods, and I was like, oh, I see what happened.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I think it could have had a different ending, But I guess you're in hell or whatever it is, so you're going to live through that over and over, and I guess until he stops, until he gives in. You know what I'm saying? Because he's wanting to give in. Mm-hmm. So that he could go to hell or whatever. I don't know what it meant by the chosen one. Like, I thought it was you, but it was him. So maybe he's the only one there. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Fucking.
It's the whole movie. I mean, you don't know. I don't know. I like the movie. So
yeah. I too, like, I telegraphed the ending there. Because it's like he's running down the road, and I'm like, come on. And that's like headlights in the distance. I was like, yeah, hit him with the fucking car already. And then it happened, and I was like, yeah.
And the IMDb trivia, it says that each one of their deaths, the cops' deaths, reflects a sin. And one of them's lust, their lust, rage, and gluttony.
Yeah, the director said that it had nothing to do with them. Because I was really researching. I wanted to hear what the director had said. And he said that it was meant to symbolize everyone. So it wasn't about the individual cops themselves or that they did anything. It was more or less saying that hell is inside of us. Hell and earth are heaven and hell are here on earth. So
because the one dude was always pissed off, it seemed. He would rage real quickly, where he wanted to fight the young boy or the not young boy, but the son of the restaurant owner for making a comment, and he always raged real quick. So that makes sense. I imagine that. I think that was for him. I don't know.
The gore in this movie was like all the practical effects in the movie were really good. The gore was fucking fantastic.
Hey, I want to say something. The one part where the dude, after he gets done fucking that girl or whatever it was, that she gives birth to something in that pan. What the fuck was that?
Like a rock baby.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of
that. She passed the symbolism. kidney stone. That's a
Yeah,
big ass
some
kidney
sort of
stone.
fucking deformed demon child thing.
So,
Yeah, like it might have some symbolism that we don't know of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, she got pregnant that quick and had a baby really fast. That was amazing.
Yes. My favorite scene in the movie is where there's a scene where the father uses the tip of his finger to like just open up this dude's gut at the belt line, and he pulls his intestines out, and then he's standing in the middle of the room talking, and he's winding homeboy's intestines around his forearm like an extension, like he would wind up an extension cord. But he's just casual as you can be.
like a hose in the garden.
Yeah, just super fucking casual, no big deal, just guts. And then hands it off like it's like, here, take this, I'm done. That little sequence there was just so cool to me, because it was like, yeah, this is what we do. You know?
Going back to
I saw him as like obviously the leader, but that all the other people look up to because they were so lost, and to him it was like, there's my happiness. It's him, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like when I said in the trivia that they were inspired, or the director was inspired by, one of them was Hellraiser. I definitely could see that, but it was a more fucked up, gory Hellraiser. They wasn't in the leather looking like a 80s rock band or something.
Hellraiser's pretty,
well, I know it's gory too, but, you know, like, or nasty, I guess, like.
Well, you gotta think the original title for the Hellraiser movie wasn't it was Sadomasochist from Another Dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So the bondage gear really makes sense there when you figure that in. But yeah, it was definitely dirtier.
Yeah. There you go. I should have used filthy dirty instead of gory. But yeah.
Because I didn't understand if it was shit on the floor or if it's just fucking dirt. Like,
It's probably everything.
Yes, it was all of the above.
yeah, I was just like, God damn.
Shit and blood and bodily excretions.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good movie though to check out. I mean, it's on Hulu, so if you got Hulu, go check it out. Sure.
Are y'all ready for my nitpick of the week?
Yes, so ready.
Oh God.
At the beginning of the movie, right after the thing hands off the pail with all the meat in it, the motherfucker's cutting. Man, I have never cut meat that sounds that squishy. Have you? That's some squishy ass meat.
Yeah, you let meat rest up to room temperature. A good marbled meat, like maybe human flesh.
Yeah.
A good fatty cut of meat.
Maybe it was their human flesh too, since it's time moving.
Well, I mean, there's also the scene where they go into the building, and there's like a room where they're butchering motherfuckers.
Yeah.
In with the metal pail, just like you see in the beginning. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kept going back to the meat at the restaurant. They just show it on the fire burning.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, to me, it just seemed very, very loud. Like they turned up the volume on it just a little bit more. I think just to get the gross effect, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess, and you guys are probably right. I just didn't feel like it was gore just to be gore, in a sense. I don't know. It felt with the flow. It felt like it.
Yeah, it was right.
The director was going. It wasn't just to be gore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of like that when you have something like that much gore, or like in Tennessee Gothic, I'm looking at the poster, so it comes to mind with all the sex and that, where you can take this thing that's usually used like gratuitously, where it doesn't really, it's just there to be there. And then something like this with the gore, like a lot of times with this much, it would just be there to be there. Like Ironbox fucking 10-minute hell sequences and shit. But this really fits. It works. It's not gratuitous. It's all part of the plot. It's all part of this big puzzle.
And I like
Yes.
that a lot.
I appreciate shit like that. I really do.
Why?
Well, if you're going to depict hell or whatever, hell, everyone has hell on the inside or whatever, it's got to be grimy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to picture like, oh, it's great to go to hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucking dirty,
Yeah.
It's hell. It sucks. It's supposed to suck. It's supposed to look bad. You're not supposed to want to be there. So yeah, it worked for me. I mean,
and while it was disgusting, it was like fucking really gross in there. It was also like a really nice building at one point, and it was it was a police station at one point, and they're cops. So there's a level of like, even if they've never worked out of that station, there's some sort of familiarity there. Just I feel like so like you have that kernel of hope. Like, this is all grounded in reality, so there's still some hope there, and it just gets crushed.
Yeah, as they descend, it gets worse. As they go down.
I know it said that the sex scenes, and this is just true from IMDb. Who knows if it's true, but were filmed in some of the most conservative areas of Turkey.
Yeah.
So they were always on edge that people were going to find out what they were doing because they didn't have the right paperwork, permits to film in a lot of the places. So they were really on edge through these nights. Like, oh shit, are we going to get caught?
Yeah, that's that good old fashioned guerrilla filmmaking, man.
And like he said that half of them wanted to do was fine doing the nudity and the other half wasn't. So he had to come up with a way to cover people, so to speak, that would still fit in. And I thought it worked. I thought it worked really well.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember, he had some side boob with a girl crawling. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah, there were a couple of.
And shaking her hand.
Nudity, but it's nothing that it's not nudity you want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is also, I always think that's kind of cool too, where it's like desexualized nudity. I like shit like that, where it's just like, nudity is not just supposed to turn you on. It's just, this is your human condition,
Oh, I would absolutely say the most uncomfortable scene was where he was forced to have sex with her.
What the hell?
I mean, that was probably the scene I was most uncomfortable for so many reasons. Not only because he's being forced, but also because he's doing it in front of his coworkers, and that's degrading. And then having to fulfill the act in front of people is degrading. And the whole thing was just, that was probably most unnerving for me.
That scene kind of it fucked me up a little bit too. It reminded me of 2018, 2019 movie called Trauma.
Yeah.
There's I think it was Argentinian or from Peru maybe, but in the beginning of that, it was from Chile. There's a scene where it's kind of like that, where they're pushing him,
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, there's something about that. It was really fucked up.
Yeah, and then even her character having to take it. It's just a very interesting sequence.
Yeah, then she falls off and then she just falls on the floor.
Yeah, so it's like you think she's kind of in on it, and then it's like, oh, maybe not,
Well, I think she is part of it. Obviously, this is her role,
Yeah.
This is my role. This is probably the time where everything's
she's a beast
in her.
You know what I'm saying? She's got the animal head on her or whatever, the skull.
The headdressing.
Yeah, so to me it was like she's a beast. You know what I'm saying? She's, I don't know.
Well, and I just thought it was interesting that the one guy who said he was fucking animals ends up fucking an animal, so to speak.
Full circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe he was the one that was lust. I don't know.
I don't know if I think that's more of I don't know.
Someone else reading something into it.
Yeah, I think that's more of a Western thing, and I don't know if I necessarily think that his movie was trying to do the sins, the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
Especially because that's more of a Christianity thing, not a
Yeah.
Muslim Islamic.
And I actually watched another review of this from Blood Bath and Beyond. I love those guys. But they talked about they'd watched there's a behind the scenes like mini documentary that they did attached to the film when it came to, I don't remember what platform it was. It may be on YouTube. Who the fuck knows? I couldn't find it. But he talks about how it's like this is what it is. And it's like you can read into it whatever you want, but when we did this, it is what it is. We wanted to make a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
So any interpretation beyond that is just, I mean, whatever you want to put into it. I mean, it's art. I mean, it's all subjective. So I thought that was really cool. Like, there's no heavy-handed message or anything like that. It was just like, let's make a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think it's cool because it's the kind of movie that each person can interpret differently and see different things in it. And I think it can either maybe pull something from you a little bit potentially, and so it'd be a great movie. I'd love to have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Cool. So definitely go check that out on Hulu, Baskin. It's a good flick to check out if you haven't. I mean, it's still worth a watch, even though we've talked about it for a while. And we didn't really go in order, so you don't know when it happens, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good movie. Angela picked that one out. I think Jim Jam said something about the next movie is going to be what, porno?
Yeah. It's a horror comedy.
By Fangoria, right?
Yeah.
By Fangoria. All right, so that'll be the next movie of the week. So if you can get your hands on it, is it even available?
Yeah, it's available.
Yeah, it come out the 5th. No, the 18th, the 8th, I think. 10 days ago, whatever. So.
Yeah, VOD.
Yeah, so go check it out before, the next, 2 weeks. We're going to be doing that one. And as always, thank you for listening. Go hit up teenhorror.com and check out some stuff. Yeah, you might have a review of it. I don't know.
Yeah, within the next, probably by the time this is out, I'll have a review up. I'm going to take time to watch it and write it out. So yeah, by the time this is up, there will be a review of porno on the site. And hopefully the debut of the new series. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got. We out.
Peace.
Live fast, watch trash.
Keep horror strong.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's time to say goodbye to the Basement Guys again. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Or that is, spooks and spells. Take your shirt off. Y'all come back now, you hear?